And I'm here to discuss more about your Akashic Records. I know some of you chose to talk about this. I am Source and I am one with all of you, and you are me. We are one. Your Akashic Records, my children, they are within you, and you are able to access these by going within. Many of us has come forth with a similar message, that all the information, all the access to who you are, to all that is always within. Your Akashic Records is no different. They are within you. They are within that source aspect of you. You are part of me. I've imprinted into all of you. Yet you've lived many lives. And you have expressed me in different ways, through different lives, and all this information, these codes, these imprints, is all collected, missions, tasks that we would say of what you wanted to explore in each lifetime continuum. They are stored within you. It is all stored there. When you are at the vibrational level, which means when you have reached further inside yourself, when you have transcended all the ego layers, human layers, and you are able to become more one, to recognize that you're a source and one with all that is, you are able to access these memories, these codes, this information. They are traces of what you have experienced through all eternity. Some of you already get flashes, feel resonance to certain things. As you go more deeper within, you'll get to see more and access more of this. It is all from your perspective. It is the lives you have lived from your perspective. And this is why many of you, when you have practiced going within, you have discovered certain abilities. You didn't just find these certain abilities. These abilities were not just discovered. You've always had these abilities, but they lay dormant within you until you are ready. And because you've accessed this part of your Akashic Records in your terminology, you'll be able to utilize these abilities as information in this lifetime continuum if you choose. This information, these abilities you've already used many times over in other lives. It is a remembering of your true innate power. It is all there to be explored. It is not for you to, we would say, to go back into these places, these lives that you have lived. For you are here for a reason. All those codes, all those imprints, memories, they're brought forth in this life for a reason. And it's up to you to discover what that is. You may not think that you being here is that of much importance compared to, let's just say, in your viewpoint, another life and another world. You may crave to go back onto this other world, thinking that it's more exciting than the one you are living now. But this is not the case, because you do not see what is fully going on here in your life. Yes, it may be different to other worlds, but the expansion that happens by being here does not compare to being on other worlds and planets. It brings forth many challenges to be here, but you are not alone. You have all of us here assisting you, because we are one with you, and all these tools and resources, I would say, all those abilities, knowledge is within you, and you can access that to assist you in this life. It is a process to go within, to discover this knowledge. It is a process. There is no rush. There are many layers to go through as you transcend the human ego. Transcend the human perspective on the illusion of reality. But your ego is still your friend. It assists you to alerting. There are certain belief systems that need to be looked at for you to go deeper. It is a guide for you. But there will be a point of time where you will no longer need this guide. Do you have any questions you would like to ask today?
I do, thank you. If you mentioned that Akashic Records reflect our own perspective on memories and light codes, as our perspectives evolve, do Akashic Records evolve with them?
That is an excellent question. Your Akashic Records are quite expansive. They contain information. This information, if it's no longer needed in this lifetime continuum, then it stays as it is at the perspective on which you lived it. However, if there are multiple lives you are living and you are still drawing on this knowledge, then these aspects of your Akashic Records will continue to evolve. They will evolve as it is useful for you. They will evolve when you've reached a level where it is necessary for it to evolve. There are some parts in your evolution that still is in your Akashic Records, which is no longer needed to be accessed. It served a purpose for part of your evolution. There's important lessons here. And sometimes you need to reach back to these lessons sometimes. For these aspects of the Akashic Records, it contains how you experienced that life. When you exited that life, what were the learnings there, the lessons? What was your perspectives on what occurred? Which you since you have evolved past that life, you can now see the higher picture. You can now see that's not all what it was supposed to be. There is much more going on. You see it's much complex, more than we could ever explain in human terms. But we would say majority of your Akashic Records is not dormant, as much of it is related to all the lives you are living and the information that's being accessed for all your multidimensional lives. As you are evolving, those aspects of you that are still living in these other worlds, other places, other timelines, these parts are still ongoing. These parts of the records, we would say, are still being utilized. But they are utilized when they are ready. When you have reached and accessed certain parts of yourself, it all works with divine time. When you are ready, when it was part of your journey, when you've reached a vibrational level, it unlocks part of that knowledge. It would not be for your highest good if all the information, all your Akashic Records are completely open and viewable to you. All the details, as this may confuse you, this may burden you, depending on your life purpose and your life path. It may be beneficial for you to see multiple lives, multiple information. It is all unique to your journey. There is not one straight answer, we would say, because everyone's path is different. Some people, it might be comforting to know multiple lives, to know all these aspects, all this information, as it helps to empower them. With others, knowing on certain things that you maybe you did in other lives, certain tasks that you chose to do, this may burden you. You see, everyone is different in relations to this. But your Akashic Records are always moving and changing, being accessed at different times, while sometimes parts lay dormant. If it is the right time, some dormant parts may become activated once again. It all depends on your life journey and the lessons that you need from these aspects. But generally, if you've resolved this in your evolution, you don't need to go back to revisit this lesson. It may be, you would say, a very nuanced part of a lesson. You may not need to know the full picture of the lesson because you've already experienced and resolved it. Much of this information that I'm sharing with you is for you to know there is much more going on within you, and to know how powerful you are. You do not need to know all the ins and outs of the workings. You cannot be defined. And as such, your Akashic Records cannot be defined because they are part of you. They are part of the One. Go within and explore your Akashic Records. If you have a desire to do so, then you are meant to have them opened. But trust in the knowing that there is a divine timing here. And Although at times you may feel impatient, parts are not meant to be unlocked just yet. It is one step at a time for your evolutionary journey. It will appear when it is meant to. But if you want more information, we ask you to go within. Start to see all these aspects, these memories, they are within. You do not need to make sense of it just now. Just knowing of how multidimensional, expansive you are may be all that you need to assist you on this journey. And this is why some of you, especially those who've just recently awakened, you come across certain knowledge, certain abilities, and you feel like it's come out of nowhere. It is because it's the divine time. You've reached a level where that part of Akashic Records was unlocked, and that knowledge has come forth for a reason. Explore this reason. It's not by accident. Nothing is by accident. You are expansive. You are multidimensional. Your Akashic Records is an integral part of your multidimensional self. But you can access it anytime. I love you. I am always with you as I am one with you. You are me and I am you. All there is oneness. Although we are one, your Akashic Records holds the individuality that each of you have. The individual expressions of me, of what you call Source, God. You are one, but you are also individual. This is what is contained within your Akashic Records. This is why you are unique. They're all different expressions, accessing different information, abilities from your Akashic Records. I love you dearly, my children. Remember, we are one. Just go within, and you can talk to me as I am within you. Farewell.